Hello and welcome back to Ascension. It feels like it's been so long since I recorded this because, well, on my end it has. Before I get into this episode, there are a few things I should mention, and this is a bit of a recappy episode since I did a lot of stuff off camera. You might already notice a bit. But, yeah, so pretty much, since the last episode, there's been a bit of changes to my upload situation. Actually, the last episodes I uploaded were actually from home because usually I took 2 weeks of videos and upload them in bulk every, 2 weeks. But instead, last week, I actually uploaded them from home, and I am going to continue uploading from home for the moment, so that gives me more time. Like, I'm actually only recording this less than a week in advance before this will go up, and normally I record it like a week or two in advance, so yeah, it's a bit different, so I had more time to work on stuff, and I might take a break between this and the next episode, depending how I feel. Also, it's really cold here, and I have to turn off my heater to record, so, yeah. But anyways, pretty much you might notice a bit of changes in how things are, or a bit of difference in uploads. It might not look any different on your end, but it's different on my end, so bear with me is pretty much what I'm saying there if you do notice anything out of place or it seems a bit different in the video or more gaps or anything like that. So, yeah. But besides that, I have been looking more towards this series and its long term. I've been looking a lot more into stuff for next year because, well, 2015 is almost here. But pretty much, I decided I want to start working on trying to wrap up the series more or less. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff I have and could do, but at the same time, this is a 1.6 mod pack, and I still haven't even done 1.7 really. And 1.8 is going to be coming out soon enough, so I want to kind of try wrapping this up and moving on to a 1.7 series, so yeah. But that's also not to say the series is going to be wrapped up very abruptly. I expect it to go past episode 50, probably to episode 55 or so. It depends how the content goes, like the things I have to do in the episode, but some people have mentioned I have kind of done most of the mods already, like simple ores and a lot of that stuff, but there still are some mods I haven't explored, particularly ones related to the end, but I'll talk more about that towards the end of the episode, and yeah. So besides that, I did a lot of mining. I cleared area for the village, I built the greenhouse farm area, I made a mutant station, and I did a bunch of other stuff. And there's also one thing I want to note real quick, just ignore anything you see as I walk over here, but there's a small bug in the mod pack I did not catch during testing. And if we look in here, you'll see these books have a blue name instead of the normal gold name like Enchanted Book should have. That's because these bosses were dropped by the boss mobs and such when I added Enchanted Books. However, unknown to me, these books do not work. So, I don't know. That already has Fire Aspect. I can't apply most of this to it, but, I don't know. Let's try something like this. And if I take off my helmet here and put it in here, so you'll see that the Fire Protection can apply, the blast protection cannot, because this doesn't count as a real enchanted book. So, yeah. Also, I made a new set of meteor armor, if you were wondering. So, I have no idea where these went. Something like that. I don't know. But, yeah. So, if you do end up getting any enchanted books like that when you play through, you can just hop into creative and get the proper versions. I have no idea how to fix that, so I don't think I'll be releasing a patch. But that's what I did for the Cleave book, because I also want to enchant this episode. I made this off camera because I had a spare onyx sword lying around, and I wanted a decapitation weapon, and I think I couldn't apply it to this one here because you can't have looting and decapitation. That's why I concluded anyway. So I decided let's just make a new sword for it. And also decided we'll just make a new Sinocite axe because I had the books here, and this was a blue name book I got from a boss that I just ended up going to creative and getting a proper one. So yeah. Anyway, we'll touch more on this stuff later on. But I did a lot of mining, as I said. And you might notice a lot of ores. I mainly tried to get redstone and iron. I did some overworld mining, then I went to the nether. When I went to the nether, though, I got a lot more onyx, and I made a ton of Sinocite. And I also farmed gas tiers in another course, so I could smelt the Sinocite. But yeah, I actually just want to note this here and not show it. But I did get the onyx and Sinocite armor sets in the Hall of Ascension now. So this is all spare. Also, I did repair my Ethereum armor a couple times now. I did a lot of stuff off camera that degraded it again. And yeah, I haven't repaired this stuff yet, but we're pretty good on that. I'm decent on levels too. I have lost a bit, gained a bit, spent a bit sort of thing. But yeah. And I think the next thing to show you are the new teleporters and beacon stuff. So pretty much I kind of did that bit teleporter rework. The gold ones go down and the mithril ones go up. So I try to put teleports in the corners now instead of the center because, you know, I put the beacon there. And this one goes down to the teleporter room. That can also be accessed to my bedroom, which I had to rework a bit. So if I come down here, you'll see I just go straight down to the teleporter. I couldn't really think of how to rework this, but this just goes up into the center of the beacon. This is where I come down from up there. So if I come up here, I just go up. Come over here, I just go down. And yeah. So the beacon stuff. I have finished the beacon base at last with all the iron. The final layer is actually made of gold, and these gold blocks here are placeholders for where the other beacons will go because I don't have enough wither skulls or stars, nether stars, or wither skulls to fight. You get the point. And also I did move the spawner stuff. I'll show you that in just a second. But yeah, so this is the temporary design I'm doing because I wanted something more fancy on the floor than just the quartz before. So I decided, you know, mithril blocks signify it's go up. The gold blocks, like up there, signify it goes down. And I have a few other teleporters around the base as well. So yeah. Okay, so to quickly note the teleporters, this goes down, and then in the corners there, that goes to the teleporter room. All sides of this plus come back up here. If you come here, there's one that goes all the way down to the farms. There's one here that goes down because, remember I kept jumping off there to go down. And this one goes back up. So, yeah, I think that's about all the teleporters, really. I didn't put a ton around, like none directly like down to the spawner. So I just kind of run there still. If we come down here and then over here, I think I did label this one. Yep. So this goes down to the basement. That goes back up. And this is pretty much all the same still. But I add this room here. So this is my spawner room. I decided I did want to move all the spawners down here, or to at least an area where the mobs wouldn't spawn through the walls, like that one room up there. They kept spawning outside, even with all the lights I placed. So yeah, now we have zombies over here. Here's a swarm one. Skeletons. Spiders with a cave spider back here. Creepers, and the arrow spawner on the roof. So, yeah. Also, just to note, I'm not sure if I will be using any of these spawners for more contraptions or stuff, but they're just kind of have around, and this teleports me right back up to the center like before. So, yeah, and also I have no idea what I'm going to do with this room. Just kind of an empty room at the moment. But, yeah, and this is still pretty much all the same. You know, one thing I do find really insane is that when I think back to, like, the early episodes of the series, like episode, I think, 5 is when I really started building in here, and how different this all looked. Like, right here was where the waterfall came down, and then that's little area going off to this section, and I kind of had my little base right here. Then I held out this, I made my bedroom here, then I had the teleporter room here, and then it just kind of snowballed into all of this. I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to go back and think of how much my base has actually changed over the past, well, 40 episodes, actually. I think I'm actually, I forget what episode this is, that's kind of bad. But anyway, moving on. Okay, so next on my note is actually heading down to the farms. So, yeah, I finally got this all fixed. If you come, from here, come down, and I did the whole greenhouse thing, and I think it looks awesome. Okay, so the green glass doesn't really look the best, at least with this texture pack. Let's see if I turn it off real quick. Resource packs, default, just to see. So, I guess that looks more greenhousey, and I just realized that probably messed up. Oh, it didn't mess up the water yet, because I loaded in with the right one, yeah. So, this is how it looks in vanilla. And hop back over, and this is how it looks on Lithos. And I think I am slightly outdated on Lithos as well. I forgot to update it before I recorded. Whoops. So, yeah, I did have some automation for some of these, but let me just start over here. So pretty much I have my melon and pumpkin. I don't really need many of these anymore. Like, I have a good supply, or this is enough. So I didn't bother automate this. I could actually with pistons, I think, but I think they only spawn on dirt blocks. I'm not positive. But anyway, that's my pumpkin and melon, and I did put the dirt blocks here because they didn't seem to spawn on the stone slabs anyway. And if we come over here, here's my nether wart because, well, it seems like something I should have. And here is my cocoa bean farm. I actually saw someone do something like this on Skyblock. I didn't know it was actually possible, but push that. The water breaks all the cocoa beans. Push that again, and it recedes the water. And then I just plant the cocoa beans back. So, yay. And, yeah, this is, you know, there used to be a wall right here, and this used to go outside. So it is a pretty big change. This chest still filters stuff back up to the top. And this is how I did want to do the sugarcane, but I couldn't when the farms are back over here because under here is the teleporter room still. So I couldn't dig down deep enough to reseed it like this. So pretty much I just break it here and ta-da, we're good because there's still a layer of sugarcane. And I do use sand even though dirt and sand are the same rate for sugarcane. But in this version, the fertilized dirt does not work for sugarcane. And the water's under here if you're wondering. Here's one waterfall I decided to keep with an infinite water source, even though I don't really need it. And here's the last two farms. Okay, I will admit it was kind of hard fitting all the stuff in here, mainly because it curves. And this is probably not the best place for a window either, but on these blocks I have buttons to activate it, and here's a cactus farm. I realized a really good way to destroy cactus. Pistons pop up, and once there's a block between the cactus, it breaks them all. So because of this, this one doesn't have a sticky piston, which is why it stands there, because I ran out of slime balls. But yeah, just plant it back like this and it'll grow back up. So that's a very good way to get cactus. And I did keep this little bridge area here, even though we can't really look out, or not bridge, window, because I kind of like looking out at the bridge to the Hall of Ascension. I don't know, I thought it was just a nice touch. And yeah, so this is the final farm, which I think is really cool. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of farms I've seen. I'm not sure what kind exactly, but pretty much it was too big to build this right on top here, where it took up a huge part of the area. So instead I decided to reseed it, and I really like how it looks. So it's the same thing as before with fertilized dirt and the water dispensers, and the hoppers are right under here. So I push the button, and now because it's reseeded, the stuff doesn't try and fly up to me as much. Push the button again, and the water stops. And all the stuff gets piped into this chest here. So now if we come down, some of it didn't get washed away completely. But yeah, I also have torches here because the water stops before then, and I can jump on the ladders to get back up. I can't really walk under these, that's the only downside. So, yeah. Okay, and the only other downside, it is kind of slow to filter all those items because a lot of stuff is put into hoppers, but it's still faster with the hopper ducts than without. So if I hop back down here, though, I can just plant from here. I kind of have to hop down in all these areas to plant. Originally, I was trying to do it so I could plant from up here, like from the platforms, but I got tricky planting under the platforms. So I just kind of decided to use the ladders to get up and down, and yeah. Oops, actually, this one doesn't go there. So yeah, pretty much this is just how I plant the stuff. Now I plant the carrots here, and then it's half and half. If I had potatoes, I don't have any handy. I probably have them back up top. I just never brought them down. But if I had potatoes, I could maybe do like 3 different kinds of crops spread across, like 3 rows of each or something like that. I think it would be 3, 3, and 4. And oh my god, I'm just 1 carrot short. That's embarrassing. But yeah, anyway, I'm happy with how these farms turned out. I think they look really cool. And yeah, they work, and well, they at least work better than the old ones, and well, I don't really need food that badly anyway at this point in the series, but I don't know, it's just something I wanted to have new farms, and I wasn't happy with how they looked before, and I think this looks pretty awesome. So, yeah, and I don't really need to harvest this stuff, and I didn't put a teleporter back because, you know, we're right here in the base. So, yeah. Okay, so as I mentioned at the start of the episode, I did make an imbuing station here. I don't really know how it works, but that's how you make the flasks of the different things, like flask of wither, flask of poison. So I guess you put stuff here and it brews it in. I really don't know how it works because I never messed around with it. But I don't know, I already have enough of them from chest loot, which are these things. So I'm not sure if I really need to make any, but I might tinker around with it at some point. I just more wanted to have it. And the new waves room is over here. I know I did talk about doing waves 8 and 9 this episode, but yeah, it's not that different. But I don't think I'm really going to go ahead and do it. The button actually got blown off and I didn't get it because I actually have a way to AFK this now. Anyway, if you look at the little collector here, which I always call a teleporter for some reason. I'm really sorry because I know I didn't correct you a lot in the previous episodes, but yeah, I did complete Wave 7 off camera and unlocked Wave 8, so we have the 2 waves left to do. I might do it at this episode or I feel I have time, but I think I might want to take a bit of a break because this is getting repetitive even for me. And I can extend the stairs, but because I have my Goki stats, if I sprint jump, I can actually hop up here because of the jump boost. But anyway, you might notice these guys are on pedestals, and there's more of them. Well, originally I had the guys back here, but I had to destroy them and move them around, which made them lose their previous stats. These are all tier 2 at the moment, and for some reason the stone mages don't generate more health. So, I don't know, not much I can do there. But I put 2 mages here, then I got another archers here. So, yeah, but the reason they're on pedestals is because the wolf sees them as hostile and tries to kill them. Because the wolf attacks on sight, and we had the issue before where the pig attacked him, but only when he was hit, I think, or such. Maybe I hit them by mistake. But anyway, the wolf will try and attack him. So when the teleporters, or not the teleporters, why do I keep saying teleporters? So yeah, when the spawners were on the floor, the wolf would just run around and kill them all, which was kind of counterproductive. So I tried raising it up, and the wolf can't get them there. But the good news is most of the mobs that spawn also can't reach them here. So these guys will just range down and shoot them all. And if I leave my pets here and those guys here, I can start like wave 1, wait out here, and they'll kill the entire wave besides the boss. So it's a good way to kind of AFK and get essence, so I find that kind of cool. But we'll need to fully upgrade these guys, and yeah, better prepare for the final waves. And also want to show you the wolf, because, oops. So I did finish him. I got him all the way to level 20, and he has 1 point left over. So he has all the health upgrades. He can eat rotten flesh from his own inventory. He has the basic inventory. He has all the pet upgrades here, all the damage upgrades, all the resistances, all the speed upgrades, why the cars keep driving by, and 1 point to spare that I don't know what to put it in. So, yeah, I think he's pretty good as he is. I don't really want to make him a mount, so I can give him either more food options or more inventory. Neither really matters, so I left the point unassigned. So, yeah. Also, here's something a bit silly, but I just realized we can finally fix the pig. You see he has 2 points spare because I actually unassigned his health upgrades. But, pretty much I really wanted him to be a proper mount, because I didn't give him the swimming stuff. So, I unassigned those, and now I can put them in here. So, ta-da, now I fixed the pig. But the thing was, until I watched the mod spotlight today, actually, I didn't know you could do this. But you can just right-click to unassign, and that was probably a bad thing to do while he had armor. Oh, phew, I thought for a second it might delete his armor. But yeah, you can just right-click any of these, and they lose the ability. So, right-click, oh, then put it back. So, I did not know you could do that. And I'm really not sure what else to remove besides the health upgrades, because I do want him to still attack. I want him to have the armor, he needs the inventory and the eating so he can heal. I want him to have all the resistances so he takes less damage. So I think the thing that really he didn't need, I also want to be a good mount with the jumping and swimming. So the only thing I think he really didn't need was the health. So yeah, and when I do make the cat later on, it will be probably a mount as well, like I said, with a beast of burden kind of thing going on. But still, yeah, I don't know. Just spare points in those guys, and I finally figured out you could remove stuff, so yay. Okay, so I'm almost done recapping things I did off camera, but there's one last thing I need to show you before I did this episode. Pretty much, I decided I did want to start working on the village area, and I decided right out here would be a great place, because I could look out the window and see the village. So I cleared that area over there. I still need to kind of level the land, I guess, a bit more. You know, like put down dirt, level some areas of dirt so I can actually build a proper village area. But if you look on the map, it's all cleared here now. And I just like how I can see it from here. You can kind of see it from the farms as well. Oh, and one more teleporter I completely forgot about is the one over here, because I decided the ladder was a bad idea. So if you come here, you can see it from here, and you also can see the farms, which, in my opinion, look pretty awesome. I don't know, I just like that design. There's no way back down besides the stairs here, though. And, oh, I keep forgetting things. But I did also finish this room. It's not really a big deal. I just kind of stone bricked it up. But, yeah, if you come up here, just spiral staircase. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this area, but the meteor shield is now here. So, yeah. So anyway, there's one thing I've been dying to make for a while, and as I mentioned, there's a lot of lighting issues with this base, and torches kind of just thrown all over. But there's an item I could have made a while ago. I just wanted to make it on camera, and I'll do the lighting stuff off camera. And you might have also noticed, there's just been a ton of glowstone in here for a while. Well, pretty much the reason is this. I did a mod spotlight on this, but this is the light manipulation rod. And what it does, if I right click, it does nothing because I don't have glowstone. So if I grab a couple glowstone and, I don't know, let's try and find an area that's somewhat dark. Actually, let's head down. I keep forgetting where the teleporter is. So if we head in here and I break all the lights, it should get dark. Although this itself is the dynamic light because, well, reasons. So, well, I said it that way because it made sense. So this area is dark. So if I walk over here, though, and right click, and... oh, it uses 2 glowstone, not 1, my bad. But now there's a light there. So if I shift right click, you'll see it updates and shows this. This is a light source block. Now that I see it, I can break it and it gets dark again. I only got 1 glowstone back and I can toggle it again so I can't see them. So yeah, this is invisible lights. I think that's how you pronounce it. So I can go around with all the glowstone and make invisible light sources all over the base. And the best thing is, even if I did remove the mod, I'm pretty sure the light sources stay. Because it's like a vanilla element, kind of like air blocks, only it lets you see them. I'm really not sure exactly how it works. But anyway, so off camera, I want to go around and add a whole bunch of those lights, remove all those odd torches, and just, you know, make this place brighter and less torchy. So yeah, Okay, so the next thing I have to do is this stuff. So pretty much I want to make this Sinistite axe, and I have the Onyx Sword here. If you have suggestions for names for them, let me know, because as you know, I'm not very good at names. But I'm just going to take out a good bit of levels and start applying this stuff to this axe. I decided just to do that on camera instead of off camera because what reasons. So 6, cleave would be 19, and this will need 28, so I just need 28 more levels. I don't know what else to put on the axe because unlike swords, axes can't get all the good enchants. But what was it? Yeah, I could think around there. And I keep almost hitting that teleporter. The reason I put it there was because it was just a bit awkward in the previous placement I had it. So, ta-da, there we have a perfect axe. I need to name it, but the thing is, this not only has an AoE when I do like this, I can throw it. So, yeah, and when it's an item like this, it actually, or like that, it can't actually be broken, but I don't magnetize it either. Oh man, if you can magnetize these, how broken would that be? But if you do it right, you can actually just kind of throw and retrieve. I actually noticed that when I had knockback on them, they actually seem to bounce back more reliably, so maybe I will add knockback. And also to keep mobs away. So yeah, I need to name these items though. But I finally have that axe that I've been dying to have for like since the update actually, since I had in tomahawks, and even before then when I had cleave only and not the tomahawks, I've been dying to have an axe to use as an offensive weapon. So this is the second best axe I can get. The best axe is a special mob only drop from the Wither, I think, actually. So, I don't know, I do need to kill more Withers for Nether Stars, so maybe we'll get that as well. Okay, since we're still doing good for time, I want to show you a bit of stuff. I don't think I actually want to go and do it this episode, but pretty much when I was in the Nether, I found some things that I've been hoping to find, and I found a lot more than expected. If you look in here, I have some empty anchor stones, but I also have some Nether dungeon ones. And if you look in here, I have a lot more empty anchor stones, but what's this? Nether dungeon 3, 4, 6. So, yeah, I found a lot of dungeons in the Nether. So I actually want to head through the normal Nether portal and show you what I mean. And also the revised gas area, because I did kind of finish that a bit more. So, yeah. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention is I probably won't be finishing this, mainly because I can just put an anchor stone at the blaze spawner if I wanted to. So having a whole safe bridge does not seem like I really need to do it. So, yeah, but I do need to grab this because I lost my other buttons. And if I go out here, oh boy, gas. But yeah, I kind of boxed in this room so the gas didn't fly off and so they didn't destroy the ground and spawn silverfish on me. But yeah, so if I come back through here now, ta-da, that's my whole Nether area. And if I stand over here, hopefully the gas don't spawn so I can show you. I did a lot of exploring. That's how I found all those ores. I tried to mine nether iron and nether redstone because I can use my pickaxe. Let me show you here. The mineral magnet on the nether redstone. The overworld redstone does not mine with this with a harvest to mine the whole vein at once because of redstone's property to be powered and unpowered. But the nether one doesn't have that issue because you smelt it into the other ore. Or in this case, I smelt directly into redstone because I altered the recipe. So it was a lot easier to mine it even though I didn't find as much. So I just went all around here and I found a dungeon, 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 a dungeon. And that should be yellow. So yeah, I just went around mining ores and I found a ton of the Doom-like dungeons. So let me just head back to the overworld and explain more what those are. Also, as a quick side note, I don't think I ran into a single fire warrior that whole time I was mining. So I'm not sure if we will end up fighting this boss because, I mean, I spent hours off camera running around the nether. I didn't think I saw a single fire warrior. They might have spawned, I might not have saw them, but still, I still need 21 more orbs. And most of these came from chest loots before I changed it to not have it because of the mod pack and public release and all that. So I don't know. I might be able to find more orbs and chests in areas that were generated before I changed that, but it doesn't look good for fighting that boss at the moment. But anyway, so the Doom-like dungeons are, well, they're dungeons, and they're full of doom, and they're very chaotic, and when I was running over one, I know I accidentally spawned a wither. So, there's that, and also the cat here. I do want to upgrade it, but it needs all the redstone still. So, yeah, I would like to finish out the cat, though, so we can get that Hall of Ascension achievement. Actually, let's just head there for the moment. But, yeah, I would like to do a Doom-like dungeons, but I think I'll save that for next episode just because, I don't know, my record time, this episode's getting a bit long, and I don't want to start a dungeon and then have this be a really long episode or stop midway through. But, yeah, we almost defeated all the mini-bosses, actually, and all the bosses. We might not fight that last boss, like I said, just because I might not get the orbs, I'm not sure. But we did do all that. I can do that pretty much at any time thanks to my spawner with only these few ones left. We're one pet off that now. We need a dragon egg for that. We did that. We almost have a couple ways for that. So we're pretty good. We only need the last armor displays actually. So if we come over here, we have all these, and now we have all these as well. All the meteor as well. So we just have the Erebus armors. So we just need to get the reinforced exoskeletal and the jade. So, and also this one, but we're close. So before I end this episode, I just want to talk a bit more about my long-term plans for the rest of this series. Pretty much, I do need to head back to the Erebus. I'm just not sure if I should do this off-camera or on an episode, but mainly I need to farm more of these, well, exoskeletal plates and jade. So I might do that off-camera, but there are still a couple things we didn't find before and a couple things I might want to try. But just to mention, anything I don't encounter on the Erebus now, I will encounter in my next series, because even if it's not the actual series that follows Ascension, I do plan to use the Erebus again. So, you know, if I miss something like maybe taming the pets and riding them, I know there's that whole beetle riding kit or something. So if I miss some of that stuff, don't feel too bad, because I will revisit in later series. Just like how I didn't do the hardcore ender breakdown, because I'm going to be doing the Ascension, and that's actually the next thing I have to mention. These two cases are for the hardcore ender dragon. Well, this one for the egg and this one for something else, which is also why I need to build spawn. I actually haven't commented on that in a while, and I did actually consider doing this episode. I know I kind of cleared the area here and build all that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make an episode for it or just do it off camera, but I do want to build that fortress at spawn. Anyway, like I was saying, I need a decapitation weapon to get the rest of those heads, and I actually just need to get another one of my heads for the center. I need a zombie and creeper for the others. But overall, I think I'm ready to head to the end soon enough. Pretty much my plan is next episode we'll try another dungeon, or the Doom-like dungeon, and I'll try and do anything off camera I can think of that I'm missing, like maybe building more of the village, or spawn, or things like that. I might return to the Erebus off camera just to get some more supplies and kind of get stuff set up there. Maybe we'll do another episode in the Erebus. Maybe we'll do the Erebus again after the end, because the end has a lot to it. It's not just fight the Ender Dragon and it's over. Pretty much, we have the hardcore Ender Dragon mod. And if we go in here and do the achievements, it actually has a whole achievement thing here. And that's just the start of it. Killing the dragon is just the start of it. So there's also some achievements. I know the later versions had this, or different ones. Kill it without dying, which I do want to try and do. Kill it with a bed. I don't think I'm going to try that one, just because it's kind of suicidal and would make the fight harder. And don't kill a single Enderman. I'm not sure if I can do that, but I still want to try. There's a lot of achievements here. I really haven't been trying too hard on the achievements. Like, I mean, I could get more of these meteor ones if I just tried, but I haven't been bothering. Same for the Minecraft ones. I could have made a cake off camera if I really wanted. I already did that in Beta Achiever, and that in Beta Achiever. And I don't plan to do them again. And I actually haven't got that for some reason, which is odd because I use my bow a lot. But anyway, what I'm pretty much trying to say here is I'm going to be heading to the end soon. What I want to do is kind of head to the nether, do those dungeons. And I also want to read all those Adventurer's Diary, knowledge fragments, and all that stuff before we head there. So maybe that will even be next episode, the dungeon and that, depending how it goes. There's still some other things I like to farm and prepare because, like I said, the hardcore Ender Dragon is hard. I probably want to repair this set completely. I have my bow here. I might want to add some other debuffs to it, like poison anything that would help kill the Ender Dragon will be a help. Well, that's kind of redundant, but any help on fighting it is needed. I might want to better stock food and potions and all that stuff because, well, I can use my Anchor Stone to escape the end, but it's kind of a one-way thing either way. I probably won't be bringing my pets just because I know they'll probably die or get knocked off the map or something. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. In the next episodes, you know, before episode 50 anyway, I would like to try and head to the end. And, yeah, in the future we'll probably have some other things like returning to the Erebus at some point and just trying to work on completing some of these goals I haven't been, well, completing yet. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and until next time, goodbye.